Example 4. This is our first example that uses the class enrollment waiting list. Your student wants to enroll in Anthro 269, class number 23951. Unbeknownst to you, this class has reached its enrollment limit, and there are 2 students already on the waiting list. The enrollment request status will be errors found, and the error messages will tell you that the enrollment limit for this class has been reached. For this example, we will create a brand new enrollment request. As a refresher, the path to the enrollment request page is Main Menu, Student Enrollment, Enrollment Request. I have highlighted SPIRE's breadcrumb trail. I would like to point out that the breadcrumb trail is an excellent way to navigate within SPIRE. You can click on any piece of the trail to immediately open that menu item. Never use the back button in SPIRE. I like to refer to the back button as the Break SPIRE button, since that is what is likely to happen, not just in SPIRE, but in many web-based apps. Before we continue, I would like to make one more suggestion. If at any time SPIRE gives you a strange error message, please don't panic. If SPIRE starts throwing unexpected messages or acting strangely in any way, please immediately clear your browser cache, restart your browser, and log back into SPIRE to try again. Remember, on most browsers, Control-Shift-Delete will bring up the Clear Browsing Data menu, also sometimes known as the Clear Browser History menu, or the Clear Browser Cache menu. This will enable you to clear all data out of your browser. Remember, the student's EMPL ID is always required. Enter the term if it is not already pre-populated because you set it in your data entry defaults. Click Add to create a brand new enrollment request. Once again, here is a big picture view of the entire blank enrollment request form. As always, let's zoom in. Information about our student. Our user ID. The enrollment request status is pending. The enrollment action status, likewise pending. The default action is enroll, and that is what we are hoping to do. Since we know the class number is 23951, we simply need to type it into the class number field and hit the Tab key to make sure that the class information matches what we expect. We click on the Submit button. The enrollment request status is errors found. The status for the enrollment action is errors. When you are actually performing enrollment requests, you will most likely need to scroll down on your screen to see the error messages. Let's see a close-up view of the error messages that appear when attempting to enroll your student into a class that is full. Not enrolled. Class 23951 is full. The requested enrollment ad was not processed because the enrollment limit of the specified class has been reached. If available, choose the Waitlist OK option and resubmit the request. Notice that the error message is telling us a few important things. The enrollment request was not performed because the class is full. The error message is also giving us hints about how we can address the problem by placing the student on the waiting list for the class. I have 2 additional important notes for you regarding waiting lists. Waiting lists are only available before classes begin. The waiting list will stop working before the first day of class. Not all departments use the waiting list, so it's best to check to see before using the waiting list in your department. Example 5. You want to put your student on the wait list for Anthro 269, the class that we saw in Example 4 that had reached its enrollment limit. The result will be that your student will be successfully put on the wait list. The enrollment request status will be Success Messages. This will be the first time that we see a status of Success Messages. As you can see, we are still on our failed enrollment attempt for Anthro 269. The enrollment action status is still errors. Notice that a new checkbox has appeared on the form in between the enrollment request action and the class information titled Waitlist OK. All we need to do is select the Waitlist OK checkbox and resubmit the enrollment request form. Our new enrollment request has been successful. The enrollment request status has changed to success messages. The enrollment action status is messages. A new link, waitlist position, now appears on the form. If you click on the waitlist position link, it will show you the position of your student in the waitlist. Here we can see that Hermione is in waitlist position number 3. The enrollment action message that is not shown here indicates that the student has been successfully added to the waitlist. Example 6. You want to change your student's waitlist position for Anthro 269. The result will be that our student will have a new waitlist position for the class. The enrollment request status will be success. For this example, let's suppose that we put our student on the waitlist a few days ago, and now we wish to change our waitlist position, so we will create a brand new enrollment request. From the Action drop-down, select Change Waitlist Position. As always, we need a class number, but since Change Waitlist Position can only apply to a class that our student is already on the waitlist for, if we click on the wicked smart magnifying glass, it will open up our student's enrollment listing. Here is Anthro 269. Remember that to select a class from an enrollment listing, simply click on its already checked checkbox. When we are returned from the enrollment listing, we can see that the class number for Anthro 269 is now on the form. Please notice that a new field on the enrollment request form has appeared titled Change to Waitlist Number. We have already decided that our student should be at the top of the waitlist, so we enter a 1 for the new waitlist number, and we click the Submit button, and we find that our Change Waitlist Position enrollment request has been successful. The enrollment request status is success, and the enrollment action Change Waitlist Position status is also success. If we click on the Waitlist Position link, we will see that our student is now in position 1 on the waitlist. Enrollment request plus sign Pitfall. As we have seen, it is possible to bundle multiple enrollment actions for the same student into a single enrollment request by using the plus sign that appears on the right side of the page to create multiple enrollment actions for the same request. Something to watch out for is that it is possible to create more enrollment actions for a single request than you intended before clicking the Submit button. So what ends up happening is you have some blank or partially filled in enrollment actions on the form hidden behind the enrollment action that you're looking at when you hit the Submit button. And this causes great confusion. If you get the error message, class number is a required field, when the class number is clearly filled in on the enrollment action currently in your view, it means that somewhere in your stack of enrollment actions, there is a blank enrollment request. To correct this, simply use the blue navigation bar to search through all of the enrollment actions until you find one or more blank ones, and then use the minus sign to delete any and all blank enrollment actions or partially completed enrollment actions from the request before hitting the Submit button again.